Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Wolf, and I'm casting a game between Mozzarella, the Blue Zerg, top right, Zelnaga Caverns versus opponent Spengbab. Probably got sued for copyrights right there. Haven't been casting a lot recently, guys. Been busy. But I'll start casting more now. Now I'm getting back. Got a pretty interesting game here. I will give you a hint. It's longer than... It's a long game. It's a ZvZ and it's a long game, which is pretty uncommon. So, and Mozzarella sent me this replay saying you don't have very many good replays of ZvZ, and so yes, he sent it to me. If you guys don't know, I'm probably not even going to say their names very much. I'm probably going to call them just Red and Blue. If you guys know Team Fortress 2, that would be what I'm thinking about whenever I hear Red versus Blue, not the chicken Rooster Teeth guys. This would be Lukerton, I believe is how you say his name. I'm probably going to get trolled now for saying it like that, but Lukerton on the SCA forums, which, guys, important message. This is important. Please listen up. If you are getting sick from not having enough SCA, which I was, that's why I wasn't casting, I'll tell you in a second, then there is a sort of temporary, probably going to be permanent site, scaproboards.com, I believe, but there is a link on my site. You'll have to copy pasta it, so give it a look, please. Also, because of the game and the way it's going to work, I'm going to try to keep the production tab up all the time. So you guys are wondering where I was, right? Well, I know some of you are like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, I do. I care where I was, because if I don't know where I was, then I could be in the Twilight Zone. I cut up the inside of my mouth a little bit. Don't ask how. It was because I ate shrimp with the tails on them, I think, and it kind of... That's a mistake I won't be doing anymore. It used to be fine when I was younger, but I guess I'm just getting old. I'm getting old, guys. So I cut up the inside of my mouth. I was trying to let it heal, so I was starving myself, you know, like some kind of sick person. I wasn't really starving myself, but I just... Casting... the casting the 16-minute games that I was, my mouth was still sore at the end of it. So now my mouth is back, and yesterday I was doing okay. I thought I was going to do it, but I just definitely didn't have the feeling to. I'm not going to cast the game when I'm not feeling up to par. Not feeling happy would be the word I guess I'm looking for. We got Metabolic Boost for Spengbab. Red. I'm just going to try to call them Red and Blue. I mean, I'm going to say their names messed up so many times. So Red's got Metabolic Boost coming out 2 Zerglings. Blue just canceled an Extractor due to little constraints. He's probably going to be a little bit behind. His opponent is also getting Evolution Chamber, which you guys can see because of the awesome production tab. Like I said, I'll try to keep that up all game because Zerg vs Zerg is kind of interesting like that. You know, you only build one building, you produce swarms of units. So I think as Zerg vs Zerg, I might try to keep that up there. It feels like it's not going to be as big. We got a duo of Zerglings moving across the map. Overlord, unfortunately for Red, is going to see it. Oh, wait, Control. I'll break something if I try to do it. Control Shift F probably. We have, yeah, the Metabolic Boost is finishing. Now that he sees he's got two of his own Zerglings spawning and his Queen to protect. He is making a Roach Warren at this time. Zerg player Red has not started making it, but he does have a really early Evolution Chamber. And is getting +1 melee attack. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, excuse me, quite a bit of damage from all the Zerglings, since the +1 will negate the Roach's +1 and allow the Zerglings to be more effective in medium clumps versus only small clumps. Queen's taking free shots on the Zerglings, using good micro on the Zerglings. Take a look at the APM tab. We can see it spiking up about 130 for both players. Of course, we know that Red is better because he's got a higher APM, and that's all that matters in the game. Back to production speed, just finishing, allowing him to kind of kite, sort of, you know, hit and run back and forth. I look pretty cool when I say that because he actually did it. 4 more Zerglings. Unfortunately for Blue, making him forcing him to make a lot of defensive units. He probably wants to expand pretty soon. You can see the buildup of minerals. There's the expansion. Red expanding while attacking. I'm sure we're probably going to see them go down about the same time. 2 seconds, 3. Lair. There. So they're about 6 seconds difference. And he's getting his lair. Good damage done by Red. Red did good damage with his push, forcing Blue to make more defensive and attacking units than he wants to. I kind of like calling them by their color. We have a creep tumor being built. That's pretty cool, guys. I can't believe that's actually on this tab. Roach Warren, though, that's the big difference, is that we have a Roach Warren for Blue versus Red, who is just getting it up, I'm sure. Yes, that would be it. I'm not used to this, so I'll just not look at it. If you guys see something and I missed it, I'm sorry. I know you'll be like, it was right there. Point at the screen. I'm like,
I can't see it because it's not on my screen because I am on SCA.
using some Zerglings here. Skipping speed for the roaches, going to go a little more roach heavy. We can see red's going to do the opposite though, getting speed and +1 attack, which +1 melee attack doesn't influence very many units. Fortunately, without speed, these zerglings are boned. Like, shit, man, we gotta get out of here. They're like little wolves running around. There they go. That's Wolf Wars for you. The zerglings for red are moving up the map. Going to go ahead and block off the ramp with his roaches, I hope. Hurry, blue, you gotta block. My leg, I'll never walk again. Well, I gotta say, thanks Blue for sending me this replay. I really appreciate getting some ZvZ. So, to tell you guys the truth, a couple days ago I was really in the mood for some mirror matchups, and I still kind of am. A little bit of macro fail by Blue, I do believe. Yeah, nothing being built. I definitely in the mood for some mirror matchups. So if you guys got some good ones, send them in, please. Raven never sent me those replays that he said he would, so fuck him, I guess. Think some evil thoughts. He's like,
Yeah, I'll send it.
I'm like, cool, thanks.
No problem, I think. Bitch.
Blue's got another 2 queens coming out. Might have lost his queen. Nope, he does have one. He's just making extra for A defenses. Both these players are high diamond. They both know exactly what they're doing, apparently. Also, Mozzarella. I want to call him Mozilla Firefox. I might call him that right now. Mozilla here, he likes to rage at people on SCA. I don't know why he does, but it's kind of funny. I mean, it's bad. It makes me cry. It does exactly what you want. SpongeBob here lives in a pineapple under the sea. I do not watch that show anymore, but I do like to quote it from time to time because it was kind of funny. Just the little things, you know, like, or the, he's just standing there, menacingly. I do a pretty good Patrick voice, I think. Hey, punk. You guys like my voices, unless you're that one guy who's like,
Your voices are dumb. They're stupid and annoying.
I'm like, well, that's fine, I guess. Hey, he's gonna hate, brah. Haters are gonna hate. A little bit of fallback time here. Those zergs are kind of macroing up. We can see here, kind of interesting subject of point of view. Very late lair for blue. Exactly what red wanted, but more importantly to what I'm talking about, blue put his lair out in front, red put his lair in the back, as you guys can see the difference. Now what does this do for you? Well, assuming your opponent would never hit this base, you want your lair or hive, if it ever gets to that point, which is very uncommon in ZvZ, you want your higher tech structure hatcheries up in the front because they have way more HP, 2,000 to 1,500, so that's a lot of hits there. Other than that, though, it also keeps it safer, so it's kind of like a all-in, it's not an all-in maneuver, but it's kind of like a all one way, half the other. If you put it in front, and you can defend it well enough, then you can abuse the extra HP that it has. And if you can't defend it well enough though, and you put it in back, then if you lose the hatchery, it's not as big as a hit as if losing your lair. I always get those two mixed up. So both players pretty similar here. Getting Glee over Constitution, not Tunneling Claws, pretty equal timing. Upgrading the roaches, we do see red getting Bro, which can work very well with Mutalisks if he does get some. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything yet. They're both going Roach Zergling right now. Both techs are available to both players. I have to say, I feel like red didn't do as well as he could have. He definitely put blue a bit behind, and now blue is going to start spinning his buildup of minerals and gas. Look at the, I don't want income. I guess I'll just click on both of them. Build up for blue is a little bit higher than red, so you're going to spend on some upgrades, especially in the gas category. You can see 500 to 200 versus about 500 to 500. I'm clicking D. D for production. Oh, there's a spire. What if I can click on it? Nope, doesn't work. Spire's down here, though, hopefully. Yep, spire. So we got the red Zerg is pushing the advantage that he had as a spire, but I think he probably could have pushed it for a third expansion. A little bit safer. Hard to say for sure. Now, Mutalisks can be really deadly in ZvZ if not scouted properly. Queens can handle them off in small numbers fairly well, but realistically you'll need more gusto. And we can see that blue is going to start getting on top of his upgrades, I'm sure. He wouldn't get 2 of them without the need to get both. Probably just focusing a little bit on the attack. Zergling's coming in for some scouting information. You're going to see dual extract or dual evolution chamber. Trying to take out the queen. Good snipe here, I do believe. Yes, you always want to try to hit queens, so the macro mechanic. You want to slow down your opponent by quite a bit that way. Yeah, a little bit of build-up, little macro fail by blue. Red is currently just finishing his spire, so he's building up a little bit, but he's staying on top of his macro a little bit better. Pushing his advantage would be a little bit wiser at this time. Using burrow to his advantage, though. Let's see, I don't know if blue has any overseers. He's probably morphing one in, but we can see that. Oh, there it is. Damn you. Woo! Well, all of his overlords are like in the same spot, so... Okay. I missed it. I guess it was right overhead. I just missed it by all the blurry Zerg motions. Zergling's trying to get out of there. I don't know if he'll be able to even save one. I think he will! Run, little Zergling, be free! Oh, there's a queen. Don't engage! No! He's like, I'm safe, bitch. Nothing for red. 2 Mutalisks. Look at the units tab and make sure I didn't miss any. No Mutalisks yet. First couple coming out for red. Production. First couple coming out for red, so we're going to see some harassment from red, hopefully, and some containment using Mutalisks. Mutalisks can be really key in every matchup, a lot less in Protoss, but they can be a lot more effective against Terran, as we all know.
I can't beat Mutalisks. They beat, like, infinite Thors.
We have Tumbling Claws finishing for red as well, so I guess his advantage is being pushed more towards tech. Well, we can see that blue is a little bit farther behind because of the early harassment slowing him down. He does have more of the Mutalisks and Tunneling Claws and Burrow, so he can do a little bit more if he controls his units well. Personally, I would have gone for an expansion. He is going for currently going for an expansion. A little slower. The game's just going a little slower. And blue is going for the upgrades finally, about halfway done at 160 seconds. So, the big problem is that the upgrades he's getting, they're good. I mean, obviously he's going to have +1 for everything, and his armies will just be better. They'll be able to survive the Mutalist shots, but unfortunately, you won't be able to fight the Mutalist. At this time, if Spengbab the Red just massed up about 10 more Mutalisks, I'm sure, I know that's not like a small number, but if he massed up 10 more Mutalisks and hit really fast, there's nothing he could do. Fortunately, though, foreseeing Mutalisks in the future, I assume. Take a look at the 2 camera. Got it right this time. Does see the Spire. Must have sacrificed an Overlord. I missed that. I want the E. Our drones are under attack. It's canceling the expansion, sort of. Slowing down the opponent. Going for an in-base hatchery because now he's on the defense. Unfortunately... Oh, fortunately for him, he does have a couple Spore Crawlers. So the upgrade path kind of interesting here. I forget about that. Spore Crawlers are actually pretty effective against Mutalisks. I don't believe they have splash damage, but it looks like they did. I don't think they do, though. In-base hatchery. Look at the Overlords. We gotta get the fuck out of here! Hurry! And the Queens are gonna push him back, protecting the other Overlords, I think. Ooh, there's still quite a few. They're good, they're good. Queens, the HP of the Queens is the main strength for them. Unfortunately, just walking around isn't very good for them. We got 2 more Queens coming to support here. Does not want to cancel the hatchery, and that's really important. You see a build of a 3,000, 1,000. Needs to try to get the Mutalisks to run away. Got them to run away from the Queen. You see how the extra armor is doing a lot of protection to the Queen. Transfuse micro going on there, protecting the Queen from dying, and he's going to have to fall back with the Mutalisks. If we look at the units lost, that's not what I'm looking for. Units lost. I accidentally clicked that. Now we can see because of losing those Mutalisks and not using them effectively for drone harassment, he's definitely farther behind now. He'll have to abuse micro or out macro his opponent to be able to catch up in the game. Production. Got a hatchery going down. That would be the expansion. I'm like, oh, look, it's a lair or a hive. +2, +2. Good job, blue. Oh, that's this one that's going up. +2, +2. Good job, blue. 8 more Mutalisks for red. Definitely start off of his macro a little bit better. That's why they look pretty well tied. Even though blue does have an advantage right now, he is macro failing to the extreme. 3,000, 1,000 is quite a bit of fail. I'd probably put down another hatchery myself, but I don't play Zerg, so I don't make that assumption. Going over here, going to snipe the Queen, I hope. And see, this is the big problem, is that without the support of your defenses, which you don't want to be on the defensive anyway, you can't do anything about the Mutalisks. Now, the good thing is that these roaches have 2 armor now. 2, I'm right. And the bounce will only do like 7, 3, and 1. And so it actually does reduce a lot of damage. But of course, these roaches, unless they manage to snipe the hatchery, I don't think they're going to. It's going to be kind of close. One more volley. Come on, guys. Come on. Oh, that's it. Goodbye, roaches. Oh, man. Got that to 78. See, now would be a good time to go ahead and get some Mutalisks. We do have Ooh, and this one was taken out by SpongeBob's. SpongeBob. By his Zerglings. Pathogen glands being researched. I forgot to look at this while the game was pre-loading. I'm pretty sure that they spawn with enough energy to use fungal growth, which is really important against flocks of Mutalisks. You can actually forego AA defenses on the, well, AA offensive units while attacking with fungal growth if you just hit the units and keep moving forward, or keep them in place over and over again. Especially because they have very short range. Pretty sure fungal growth's range is 5. I wish there was infest for me to check. Well, we'll make sure to double check that stuff if I don't forget like a bitch.
I'm a little bitch.
Just mass roaches right now. No Zerglings to soak up damage versus Roach Mutalisk. Now the big difference is that I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any upgrades at all right now versus the 2-2 upgrades, soon to be 2-2. By soon I mean in a minute, which isn't soon at all. Could be going to snipe out. Who's going to go snipe out that hatchery? Because they take forever to heal. Don't ever rely on the healing of any unit besides the Roach. Gonna try to stop it. Gonna be a good hit though. You gotta remember that when you take out an expansion like this, you're denying the chance to mine out of place, and so you can actually win a game by taking out expansions like that. It's worth losing these Roaches. Unfortunately, it's not at that point in the game. Red's saturation. That's the word I'm looking for. Red saturation of his bases isn't 100% right now, so he's actually doing pretty well. The snipe wasn't probably worth all these Roaches unless they can get some drone kills too. The drones are turning on their opponents, attacking for their lives. And just red up there. I think he hit a few. Let's take a look at the units lost real fast. See how this is going to come out. Now blue's really far behind. Did I get that mixed up earlier? Maybe I did. Okay, never mind. Blue's behind by about 5,200, 300 now. 5,200 exactly. Sorry, I am a failure. Let's click on the Mutalisk. We can enjoy. Double click. That'd be 1.8 flocks of Mutalisk units production. That's what we want. We have a Hydrolyte coming out now that his opponent has gone a little too Mutalisk heavy. You're gonna try to take advantage of that. Take a look at this. I do believe they spawn with 75 now, so they probably spawned with 50. Yeah, so that's why he was waiting to get it, because you do need 75 for fungal growth, not 50. He can also use Infested Terrans, which are actually really good AA defense, especially after using a fungal growth. Infestors are probably the best unit with, good enough micro. They're the best unit to fight Mutalisks. Except for Phoenix, probably. Phoenix are really good at that. Zerg player continuing on the same path. Very dangerous to just keep going the same way. He is getting +1 weapons for his flyers, and he already has +1 melee and attack for his roaches, and if Zerglings if he got any, because he did that earlier. Kind of a waste, unfortunately, unless you go Ultralisks. Lol. Never see hives and ZvZs. Lairs. Hives. Yeah, I said it right. That's a lair. Gonna get another lair here. Kind of interesting to do that. I don't know what he is. I can't say other than building up its health. Can't say. He +1. I like this little simple upgrade. It's actually really big though. Oh, I forgot to check something. Range. Okay. Shouldn't have a range something? I'll guess. I'll just guess. Double expanding going down for blue. Definitely gonna get this one canceled though. There's not much you can do about it with a bunch of roaches. More Mutalisks coming in, and they're just gonna, come on, you're gonna have to cancel that. Okay, don't cancel it, whatever. Lose it, watch it turn into a giant bloody vagina. There you go. That's what whenever I see them get destroyed at about like halfway completion, I see it blow up like a big bloody vagina. You guys are like, thanks for sharing, Ice. That was the best ever. I think these Mutalisks are gonna see this. If they do, they can just hit it. Problem with Hydralisks and Infestors are they so slow. They are so slow. They have difficulty keeping up with the Mutalisk harassment. The red is expanding back to his third. Blue is also expanding, but that's bye-bye. Bye-bye, love. Lair. Hatchery. Building another in-base hatchery? No, that's this hatchery. Like, derpity derp. I'm stupid. And look at the mini vagina, guys. That's like a virgin vagina. If you're a lady and you watch this channel, I apologize for offending you if I do. I don't really mean it. I mean love thing. Okay, there's the fungal growth. And see, these Mutalisks are caught in a horrible position. We're going to see some horrible losses. Terrible, terrible damage, or whatever the expression is. Now, look at this. 4, 5, Okay, well that's like 6, 8, 7. And look at these. The Mutas that get caught in the crossfire they just take so much damage. These are so good at doing damage, especially with +2. Damage 10, speed 0.86. That compares with Hydralisk, doesn't it? 12, but now it's 14. So they are a little bit worse than Hydralisk, but they're also free, and they are slower. So they're worse than Hydralisk. Haha! People who suggest to use Infested Terrans were like, well, get Hydralisks. Except for, I guess, Infested Terrans also don't cost supplies, so yeah. Now these Mutalisks, they did some good harassment there. Look at the units lost tab. You're going to see that Red is now behind by about 800. Exactly, 800. Production. He's behind by exactly 800 right now, and his Mutalisks, they did some damage in there, but they got caught in a bad position. And although he's able to save a lot of them, you guys can see the orange and yellow going on there. He's going to let them heal up. And of course, when they're in battle, you can use them kind of like a tier 3 Protoss unit to do damage without getting hit. Of course, sometimes it just doesn't work. We got Blue. He's got the +2/+2, not upgrading a 3rd level, of course, because he doesn't have a Hive. Hive would be the 3rd level. I'm so bad at that. Both players protecting their overlords. Spengbab protecting his overlords, putting him in the corner of the map. Does have Burrow and Tunneling Claws. I'm surprised he hasn't used it yet. He has used Burrow to keep his Zerglings alive for a little bit longer. Not too much effect though. A couple Spinies being thrown down. Let's see here. His Roaches are going to be kind of out of position from the AA defense, but I mean, it's a lot of Mutalisks, but I don't think they're going to be enough to there we go. The rest of the army's coming in now. If Blue doesn't fall back, he's going to take some pretty significant losses on his part. Oh, you got to fall back, Blue. I know that it's not very appealing, but you got to, or at least do some damage or something. You got to believe. Do. Just a small town girl. Do. Watching a Zerg die. That just reminds me of Journey. I'm pretty sure Journey would be Zerg players. Hatchery spawning out a queen here. Oh, Mr. Roach. Poor Roachy. Oh, poor Roach. And so Red's really far ahead right now. Blue's getting his Spire, probably for Corruptors, because at this point getting Mutalisks would be kind of moot. What am I looking for? Units lost. L. About tied. 500 behind still for Red, so good pickup there. Bit of a throwaway there for Mr. Blue. Production. Still getting pretty heavy on the Roaches, and now embracing his +1 melee weapons a little bit, because he's got such a build of minerals. Probably going to go Mutal Ling versus his opponent. Don't know how well it's going to do against Infestor Hydralisk. And secured 3rd expansions, not getting the gas here, but actually Blue doesn't really need anything right now because he has so much extra. Red's the same way. I don't know why they don't build a couple in-base hatcheries. By they, I mean especially Red, who probably could build like 2 and get away with it. I would not be surprised to see a Hive in the future, because it seems like Blue really likes the upgrades. Red's pushing out here. Pretty dangerous ball right here. This is definitely dangerous. It's going to come down to the Infestor's use of Fungal Growth and or Infested Terrans. Or just and. Boy, I'll say that again. Come down to the Infestor's use of Fungal Growth and maybe some Infested Terran, because it's definitely Fungal Growth. That's where the action's at, but you know. I need some other things. Not going to miss this. The Roaches are pretty good positioning overall on the ball. They should be able to take a lot of damage, and the Hydralisk will do a lot of damage. Got some Fungal Growth going down, hitting the Mutalisks. That is a ton of damage. Like, if there was a counter for this, it'd be over 9,000, I think. Probably not. Real quick, it would be 5, 15, 21. This is 1. Dang it, it's hard to 16. So that'd be like 35 times 35 or so, if I did that right. Don't expect it to be right. Burrowing to hide his units away. Unfortunately, the Mutalisks need to fall back. They're just dying right now. The Hive is being built for the upgrades, I assume, or Broodlords. It might be why he got the Spire earlier. Now Red is really far behind. Hitting there and just keep fighting. Well, the Hydralisks were able to stay alive. Now he's got to really fall back. I don't know what he can do to protect himself right now. I don't want units lost. I want production. So yeah, whatever 35 times 35 is. Oh wait, I got a cell phone calculator. I'm going to use it. Okay, I'm really good at remembering things too. 35 times 35. It's over 12,020. It is 1225 would be approximate damage there. It's definitely above that. So it's over 900. You guys can say that. Corruptors are common. They are a common. And there is a hive being completed. So we could see some Broodlords, which are pretty uncommon in ZvZ. Actually, so are Ultralisks. Getting to tier 3 units is just impossible, even for a computer.
It's not impossible. It's more like a rapper.
That guy sounds a little bit like Troll Voice, doesn't he? It's not... Oh, that would be Luke I'm talking about, isn't it? That's impossible, even for a computer.
It's not impossible. You don't even know. I use the most I want brands of my G76. I've been doing this a lot longer than you.
Oh, Red. You're so far behind. Double expanding for the lose. I don't know what he is going to do. As soon as Blue maxes out, he's going to go kill. Broodlords, are you a comin'? I don't know if you are. I'm kind of curious. Morphing a Broodlord does cost 2 more. I wonder... I don't know how that works. Zerg player, leave a comment below, please. I'm very curious. Morphing into Broodlords, does it turn corruptors, which are currently 2 food, I believe, into 4 food? Is that what that means, or does it just leave them at 2? I guess that would kind of answer my question, because now they can't morph. Due to control constraints, Red is trying to do like a flanky here. I don't know what he's doing. He's down on the upgrades. Pretty significant margin right here. You know, 1 to 2 or whatever. Getting the +3 right there. Beautiful. Oh no. A sneak, a sneak. Every time I watch that video, I just like wait for the snake part. This is the best part, the snake part. A sneak, a sneak. I don't watch that video that much. And Blue, instead of defending his base, is going to go for a base race. Now that's really dangerous. His static defenses aren't very good to slow down his opponent. He can't really, he can expand. He's got a buildup of minerals, but he's not really in a safe place to expand. And although his army's bigger, his opponent also has a lot more ground to cover. You guys can see on both sides of the map. So it seems like Red made a pretty good decision in his current good decision in his current state. That's the word I'm looking for. Current state. Long distance mining. I don't know what these guys are doing. One of those times you just want to ball up and attack and hope for the best. I'm going to have to watch both things. Blue's not doing anything. He's about to attack. Red is not controlling his units the best. He needs to focus fire the hatcheries and just take them out. Destroy Blue's ability to make creep and to make units. Let's get rid of this now. I don't think it's going to matter much anymore, because I don't like it. The spine crawler's doing their best to poke for ire. No, wait, for the Zerg swarm. Pokey, poke. And I love these little... What are those? They look like bees, don't they? When they shoot, look, bees.
We're little bees. You don't even know. We're bees.
Like they tunnel inside the Overlord's assholes. Blue's doing a pretty good job here. Not much is up with him. He's just going to destroy the bases much quicker. You guys can see how far that lair survived versus the hatchery that's not even being focus fired. I mean, how long Red was up there by that base, how long it took Blue to take that out. You can see how that's better. We do have a hive up here, which actually will really help the base race. Hives are pretty cool, looking like a gigantic toothy vagina. I don't like toothy vaginas, but I do like when they bite. Yowza. There you guys go. I gave a little snap. I'm really bad at snapping, but that one came out pretty well. Fame! I don't like David Bowie that much, but I'm going to sing it anyway. One roach being caught horribly out of position. Still fighting, though. You think they would have a little bit of brains for themselves, but that's okay. It's like a wave of green, and then, watch, wave of green. Oh, there. It's just fun to watch when they focus fire things like buildings. Wave of green. Wave of green. Now, you see Red's got to go for this hatchery. His blue opponent is expanding everywhere, but he does see that his opponents expand on this side and on that side. Leaving extractors is actually really dangerous. If you're trying to base raise a Zerg, hit the hatcheries and the extractors. I mean, of course you want to take out all the buildings, but if you have to fall back and your opponent can't build a hatchery, then he can actually lose all of his buildings due to lack of creep. The only 2 buildings that are immune to that are obviously hatcheries and extractors, so always want to hit those extractors when you're base racing. The fact that this one's arrived down here could be really bad. Blue's coming in to clean up, though. He's like, fuck this shit. Your army's like, little baby. And I can feel the rage building up inside of Mozilla Firefox right now. He's like, fuck this! Fuck you! You fucking bitch! Always naysaying! I just remembered I gotta do my Dalek voice. I have been practicing. I promise. I will do it in one of the master videos. Oh, somebody did link me the thing. I need to get that up and running, so I will try to cast 7 a week if I can. Maybe about 5 a week for sure's. Poor little larvae. Larva. Infestation Specialist. Infest is the best. Red has no army to speak of. He is not mining minerals to get the income tab. Neither of them are mining minerals. They're actually both not doing so bad. If Red had done a little bit more damage with his hits or used his units more effectively, he could have actually won that. Now he's trying to fight this many units with this many units. It's not going to happen. And we're not going to see any Brood Lords. Jeez, poor Red. He's down by 10,000 now. Or 8,000 to be more precise. Oh man, run little roaches, run. Use Burrow. He can't find you. He'd be like,
Man, we're gonna hide now.
oh, that actually was pretty good timing. And they stop engaging anyway. It's kind of cool. I like Burrow. Burrow's one of my favorite upgrades. Trying to re-expand over here. But I don't see 4 roaches winning in a base race. Excuse me. Units. 7 roaches and a queen. This is like chess. What do you got left? 7 pawns and a king. Well, good luck everybody else. That's not happening. What do you have? 14 bishops, 2 rooks. I guess those aren't fighting units. 3 rooks and 32 knights or whatever. What a strange game of chess. Must be blackout. Goodbye units. Lost tab. I hate tabs. Hatchery trying to go up. Poor Hatchery turning into a little vagina right there. This game is very suggestive. Has very suggestive themes. Like that. Every time I see these going up and down, I imagine it being like a club, you know? And it's like dancing around. There's like, dude, I'm gonna dance around in the hatchery. And he's like, I'm gonna give you some gas, but I can't.
Here's some gas, dude. Here, just take it.
Red is trying to win the base race. Not gonna happen. He actually, oh, it's hard to say. I think it wouldn't be impossible for Red to win. It's very, very unlikely. Good fucking game, I guess.
You suck.
Says Blue.
You suck. Shut up.
Cool story, bro. Red taking it in the ass like a champ. He's like, ow. Cool story, bro. 2 things. I was just thinking if Zerg Red could win this game. It's not impossible, actually. He had Burrow, and although it'd be very difficult to win a base race, I mean, Blue is a bit smarter than that, but if he sniped out this Overseer with like a Mutalisk or something, if he could, then he actually did have a small chance to win, but realistically not a very good one. And what was the other thing I was thinking about? Oh, yeah, when I was talking about SpongeBob taking it in the ass by a piece of mozzarella cheese, I always tell my friends when I'm like, I love you, and they're like, let's do it, and I said, just make sure either you're really long and you last and have a good time, or you're really short so I can just be done with it. I am the professional. I'm the professional on relationships. So guys, thank you for enjoying this video. Make sure you tell Lukerton he needs to macro fail a lot less. Gonna get flamed here, but he did well anyway. Both players did pretty well, and it was a very good back and forth game. Looking for those mirror replays, looking for some Protoss Air still if you got any, and definitely looking for some TVTs. So Protoss Air versus Protoss Air, who would win? Protoss Air would. Snap my wrists. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you.